just throws a whole lot out there, and I love watching him compete.
He's the returning ACC champion at 165, now a two-time All-American, 6th at the NCAAs in both 24 and 25, the 7th multiple-time All-American in program history at Stanford. Max Brignola from Fairhaven, New Jersey. About 35 miles southeast of Piscataway, went to Rumson Fairhaven High School. 4-time qualifier, 2-time placer. Up to 165, Jordan. This is his 3rd weight class. Was a national qualifier in 2022, got at 149.
You know, it's beautiful to see these guys still continue to grow. I think oftentimes in high school, it's rare that you ever wrestle the same weight class 2 years in a row. But when you get to college, a lot of these guys are late bloomers. They're still developing and growing, but now they've got to fit into a lineup with a lot more competitive teammates. So it's good to see a guy who can go up, and not only that, but still find success.
Brignola redshirted last season. He was 22-0 in open tournaments. I believe Gardner Webb is wrestling here tomorrow. His brother Tyler wrestles for Gardner Webb as Garvin working a 2-on-1. Brignola top 3 on a couple of occasions at the EIWA championships. Out of bounds.
Yes, Shane, I wanted to make a correction earlier today. You know, the great thing about people watching at home on the broadcast, we were talking about Stanford Wrestling, which is appropriate because Hunter's up, but talk about who led the charge for the return of the program, the resurgence of the program. And it was initially Jason Borelli, who you remember was the head coach there for a long time.
Yes.
Now head coach at American. But Rob Cole came shortly afterwards, and Borelli was one of the individuals who led the ship to get those guys reinstated as a program, and now they find themselves back in a good place.
Yeah, he's been a great coach. His father, of course, a legend at Central Michigan, Tom Borelli. Great leaders in the sport. No score, 120 in the first period. Garvin wrestled in this event last year. He was pinned by Peyton Hall of West Virginia. Another opportunity here tonight. Inside of a minute, still no score. Garvin posting on the right shoulder. What are the best ways to open somebody up?
Heavy clubs, lots of fakes. You know, it's being dynamic and athletic was a big part of my wrestling. I didn't want to tie up at all. I wanted no hands on me at any point during the match, and so I would fake a ton to keep a guy off balance. And it became a daunting task for them to try to time the fake. So even if they thought they were in good position, the fakes set their feet and got them off balance enough where when I finally would send one, they were unable to track it, and that's how I got a lot of scores.
Do you have a double leg in your college career that stands out above the rest?
For sure, for sure. You know, in the semifinal my senior year, 2011, I was wrestling Colt Sponseller.
From Ohio State?
Ohio State, the human highlight reel, and I hit a double leg, and I actually got him up off of the mat. And I used the picture taken from that match for a T-shirt years later, which I probably owe him some royalties from. But it was one of those double legs when you get someone up in the air and a lot of good shots come from it, and you're like, man, that was the one.
So safe to say he wakes up 2 or 3 times a year to this day at about 2:30 in the morning and an all-out sweat and having a nightmare.
He was a guy that I spent a little bit of time with post-collegiately at the Olympic Training Center. We did a few tours together overseas, so he's someone that I have tremendous respect for.
Yeah, he was a really good wrestler for Ohio State. Garvin on the board with an escape here early second period. Of course, at Stanford, high academic standards. Garvin, 2-time NWCA Scholar All-American, All-ACC academic team. That's what makes it so impressive to me, JB. I mean, getting it done on the mat in the classroom at Stanford, talk about excellence.
Yeah, Stanford's a unique program because they have the prestige of an Ivy League, but they can offer scholarships. And, oh, by the way, it's in California, which who wouldn't love to be in the summer sun on such a beautiful campus like it is in Palo Alto? You know, when Chris Ayers left Princeton, you know, it almost looked like a lateral move. You're like, well, why would you leave Princeton to go to Stanford? But I imagine that it's a lot easier to recruit athletes to Stanford than it was at Princeton. And he was able to offer them money in this NIL portal-led and driven field. That's a takedown.
No takedown yet. And now I think Cardenas is on the wood off the mat. It appeared to me right there, JB, that Garvin was really igniting Brignola in on his legs and looking for something big off of that.
And he's standing tall. Watch him. He's kind of floating around, but he's really high, raised up, elevated out of his stance, and he's kind of baiting him in. I think he wants to create action, but
skips away from another leg attack from Brignola. Now diving in on a leg. Cardenas with an opportunity. Switching off to a double, and now Brignola drives through. Chest drop from Cardenas.
And if Garvin can find his way out of this position again without giving up a takedown, he's a magician. Oh, foot off the mat.
Foot off the mat, and that is going to be, I believe, a stall call, but he'll take that.
He'll take that. That's no points.
Nothing.
As opposed to 3 points.
Yes.
And a lot of wisdom in that movement there. Just simply taking your foot and putting it on the hardwood instantly stops the action, and you get yourself out of danger.
Garvin has dodged some bullets, to say the least. He'll take a 1-0 lead to the third. And Brignola will go on bottom. Two-time national qualifier, as I mentioned, up to 165, his third weight class. A national qualifier at 149 and 157. An escape with Tyets. Works to his feet. And he's got the escape. It's a 1-1. Here we go at 150 to go in the third.
And Brignola's got a couple of options here. Right? You can go get the takedown, or you pepper him and continue to wear him out. And he's also got a single stalling call. And Garvin looks to be rejuvenated.
Brignola quick. Back to the center. Garvin follows. Some big matches upcoming. Main event tonight, Jesse Mendez and Anthony Echemendia. Front headlock here for
nice shot.
Garvin on his hips once again.
Look at how he shelves the leg here. Shane, he shelves the leg. Now he's got to find some clearance for his head. He needs to either walk his feet back to the right side and gather, or rock and elevate on his head.
And maybe put Garvin in neutral danger. And that's what they're checking right now. Garvin is close to neutral danger.
He's got to get back to his right side.
And a stalemate whistle. Pat Santoro and Zach Ray in the corner for Brignola. Down to 40 seconds. Hand fight, there's a half shot counter here from Garvin, and Garvin has a cradle locked up, and that's going to be a stall call on Brignola. So now, Jordan, both guys in with a stall call. We're down to 13 seconds.
And if you're Brignola, you've got to be smarter than that. You can't take a half shot to create action. That's going to put you in danger. Shoot to finish. That almost cost him the match.
Slick shot here from Garvin, and Garvin is going to drive through and get the takedown. down, and he will get the 4-1 win. Scored that with about 5 seconds left, and there's your match.
Yeah, you know, Brignola had a couple of chances. He had a few opportunities throughout the match, but you know, it looked like late he lost his momentum. Took a couple of sequences off, took a couple of errant and bad shots, and let Garvin get back into the match, rebuild his confidence, and he was able to close it out.